I don't think there's anything that's certain in the world at the moment. There's a lot that can change, there's a lot that can happen. And I think that is in the back of your mind every time I'm going into work.
Adult trauma, ETA 5 minutes.
We've got an assault coming in. He's stabbed multiple times.
5-year-old hit by a car, dragged for 3 metres, degloved the right side of their scalp. Code red.
They're now saying partial amputation with a traumatic cardiac arrest.
This is just disastrous.
Travel by cow. I can't make that up.
Oh, it's a proper day today, isn't it?
St George's, London, one of Britain's busiest A&E departments, under more pressure than ever.
What are you doing?
It does sometimes feel like a battlefield, and it feels like a losing battle at times as well.
You need to calm yourself down.
I have 10 traumas and absolutely no space.
25-year-old jump from a 3rd floor balcony.
This is the point where we can make a difference.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
A place where life,
Best place to make friends, A&E.
love, and loss
Scariest thing in my life. I thought I lost it.
unfold every single day.
A life is not just a singular thing. Things that happen to you have a huge effect on the people around you as well.
You scare me so much, you know that?
All the patients you're about to see were treated in just one 24-hour period.
I see behaviour every day that reaffirms my belief in the inherent goodness of people.
It's all a bit of a shock, isn't it?
And I think I'm incredibly fortunate to work in that environment.
It's a lot to take in. He's the love of my life.
And I'm standing in the middle of the floor and Kira comes running up, into all these people, comes running up to me. Nanny, I need a wee.
Oh, God.
Do you need to go to the toilet? Can you please stop doing smelly windy pops? It's not funny. Everyone here doesn't want to smell them. Sorry.
Charlie, can you tell me where sausages come from?
Pig.
Exactly. Where does ice cream come from?
Potato.
Potatoes? Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Hey? Little madam.
10-month-old Erin is in Pediatrics with Dad Andy after suffering a build-up of wax in her ears following a cold and fever.
Oh, Erin, look at your ears. Hey, look at your little ears. Oh, dear, again.
Erin's my world. There is nothing more important on this planet than Erin. She's great company. From the moment you wake up in the morning, she's just constant smiles.
Who's that?
She can have kept you up all night, she can be screaming, whatever the problem was, and the moment she stops and smiles at you, all of those emotions that you may have felt just disappear. That for me is one of the best things about being a parent. Words can't describe that feeling. Given what Erin has been through, she's the happiest little thing on this earth. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know if she knows what she went through to be here today. I'm more of a worrier than my wife, Fran, for sure. For Fran to agree with me that she needs to go to the hospital suggests even Fran was a little bit worried, and it was better to get her checked over than not, because the risks just weren't worth taking.
Hey, so you were there.
Hello, St George's. Is it an adult, yeah? Yeah. Thank you, mate.
What is it?
31-year-old, she said, an onset of headache and confusion.
When the red phone goes off, and you get that initial information. It's a bit of a guessing game, really. It does become a detective job, but it's a thing we are trained to do. In particularly emergency medicine, we like puzzles.
Adult priority, 4 minutes.
A 31-year-old woman is being rushed to St George's after collapsing at her home in South London with an unexplained headache.
Especially when the patient is a young person, sudden onset headache, collapse, unresponsive, that does raise your heart rate. One of the top things that would be ringing alarm bells in our minds is maybe something serious has happened within the brain.
The woman's partner and young child are on their way to St George's.
She had been unable to support her body weight. She kept collapsing on the sofa and had to keep holding her up. I was with our young daughter, Maddie. I didn't want to show her that something was up. I didn't know how she would deal with it, being so young. Marie had all of a sudden become unable to communicate properly. The paramedics gave her some shoes, and she had no idea what they were. She was like, "What are these?" At that point there was when real concern came about.
You all right, guys? Seizure.
Oh, yeah, into number 8.
Are you given anything?
No, literally just now, Dom.
Should we get some Raz? Let's get her over. Karen. What was her name, sorry? Marie. Hello. This is Marie. When someone comes in with seizures or a tonic episode, it could be a bleed, it could be an infection. In some cases, fits are the first presentation of a tumour or a mass within the brain. So we would be worried that something structural is going on within the brain.
What's the story?
So today about 12:30, I felt absolutely normal up until then.
Yeah.
She put her toddler to bed, came back downstairs, had this sudden onset of confusion and a frontal temporal headache.
As you just saw here, literally putting up into recess, has had this tonic episode, has then got into an absent state.
Marie had taken on a new role in her company. She'd been promoted to a manager. She'd been trying to get that position for a while. So she had quite a big workload on. But on top of that, we're also trying to renovate the property. And then we're also having a baby together for the first time. It was quite stressful and quite a lot going on all at once.
Open your eyes, me.
You need to scan. If they're not waking up and they remain unconscious and they do have a big bleed going on in their brain, that's always a massive worry.
Marie, sorry, I'm just going to shine a light in your eye.
If it's not managed properly or if we can't control that bleeding, then ultimately they can die.
Marie, hello.
Right, CT ready when we are.
Since arriving at St George's with a sudden headache and confusion, Marie is being taken for a CT scan to check for abnormalities within her brain.
Marie and I met about 6 years ago. We used to work for the same company. She was based in Paris and I was based in London. When I first met her in person, I did like the look of her. I remember her mousy brown hair. She was very petite. I knew there was something about her.
With paramedics, they said she had a sort of tonic period.
Okay. Marie and I, we communicated quite a lot because she was my contact within the company, so we knew each other. But Marie made the first move, and that's what she's like with everything. You know, she's very, very strong. You know, if she wants something, she'll chase it until she gets it. So she then came over to London for a weekend. She hid behind the fact that she was coming over with friends, and obviously she had another motive to see me. We then started doing some holidays together. The thing that I really remember the most in that time period is when she actually did take me to the Eiffel Tower for Valentine's Day. Marie thought about something that would be appreciated for both of us. I think that's what I remember about it. She always had a plan to do something, so it was always going to be interesting.
Thanks.
She's 31.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's not good. Speak to neurosurgeons.
Marie, you just gonna slide you down in the bed, all right? On 3, 1, 2, 3.
No.
Yeah, that's true, that's true.
Intraventricular blood, yeah? When you see that there's been a bleed within the brain, the initial thought is the worst. And if you can't control that bleeding, that blood will just take over. And if patients don't die, then they have the potential to be left with really severe brain injuries.
Marie will now be taken back to resus, whilst Registrar Sophie contacts neurosurgeons to work out how to manage the bleed.
Is it sleepy time or wake up time?
Wake up time.
Wake up time?
Mummy, how am I supposed to suck my thumb in the night?
Can you try?
Hello. You trying to dip your ears out? Hiya.
Erin and Dad Andy are waiting to have the wax in her ears examined by paediatric doctors. Mum Fran is at home, 9 months pregnant with their second child.
I met my wife 10 years ago. I always thought she was gorgeous. And I would say both of us probably knew quite quickly that we're both right for each other.
Do you want to have a look?
I always wanted to be a dad. I was probably more open about wanting to have kids than Fran. So we decided if it happens, it happens. And very soon after we got married, we were fortunate enough to fall pregnant, so I think it was all a bit of a whirlwind, really.
You have done a poo, I think. Haven't you? Have you just done a poo? No, it's just a fart. It was just a fart.
For me, I was just expecting a baby would just turn up. I guess you imagine, as everyone does it, there's going to be no problems. You're just going to turn up at 40 weeks, as they do. Out comes a 6, 7, 8, 9 pound baby that you're just going to wrap up, get checked over, chuck them in a car seat and drive home again.
Mummy wants to know if you're okay.
Not in my wildest dreams could I imagine that she would go into labour and I was going to have a baby at 24 weeks. That thought had never entered my mind.
So who is it, Erin? Who is it?
Hello. Is this Erin?
It is, yeah.
Hi. Hello. My name's Naomi, I'm one of the doctors here, all right. Nice to meet you, beautiful girl. So I can see what the problem is on.
Yeah.
Is it both sides?
It is both sides, yeah.
Okay. How long's it been going on for?
Maybe 3 days, but
Last
today
3
it's
days.
really new today.
Okay, okay. So she was 24-weeker?
Yes.
No problems at all? She's fit and healthy, developmentally, everything looks good and...
We're very lucky. Can we?
Amazing. Can I believe Mum's at home waiting for number 2?
Yes, yes. We don't want to be sick, do we? No.
We were right on the borderline of where hospitals attempt with a child of that age. I think, if I'm right, it's 22 weeks is the gestation age. They won't try any less than that because there isn't any point, there's no chance. Just even the first question they ask, do you even want us to have a go? Do you even want us to try? Because there's no guarantees. And the answer was always yes, do whatever you can.
Should we pop her things off, yeah?
Hello, sweetie. Hello.
There's nothing you can do. We were both, you know, beyond consoling at the time, but I think that was because both of us had resigned ourselves to the fact that we weren't going to have a baby this time, and that's just what nature intended.
She's so calm. Is she always like this?
She's an angel, an absolute angel, yeah. She was £1.5 when she was born, 600 grams. I imagine the size of my hand, and when she held Fran's hand for the first time, her whole hand wrapped around Fran's fingernail. So she was tiny. You can't imagine how tiny.
You're a superstar.
All right, hello. Hello, are you smiling at me now?
First thing that they did was to take Erin and to put her in what I can only describe as a freezer bag. They put her on a machine, and I couldn't count, maybe 6, 7, 8 doctors and nurses around her, all doing their own specific thing to make sure that she had the best chance possible.
All right, so for her ears...
Can we just sit her and hold her?
Yeah, if you do that would be great.
It was minute by minute. Each minute you don't actually know if the next minute they're going to survive. You reach for every glimmer of hope there is. But at the same time, you also try and stay a little bit grounded because you know it could change at any minute.
I think what's happened is that there's infection behind the eardrum, and as it's built up and built up, it's just popped through the eardrums. Lots of these ear infections can be viral, and especially if she's had a viral kind of snotty nose and a bit of a cough, it could just all go to the ears.
Yeah.
Normally, viral ones clear up within a few days, 3 days or so.
Okay.
This is day 3 now, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
day 3 for the year.
Yeah, so
But, like I say,
we'll just get some advice on what to do. I'll let you know,
All right,
OK?
no worries.
All right, thank you.
I like to say I did the manly thing. I went and punched some walls, but I didn't.
What are you doing?
I was just crying quietly in the corner. There were more tears than I've ever cried, I think. It was not a nice place to be honest with you. A really, really, really terrible place to be. I wouldn't wish that for anyone.
I'd definitely do a chest and pelvis x-ray. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you. Right, what's coming in?
87-year-old Eileen has been brought to St George's, suffering shortness of breath and a high heart rate.
Hello, fast AF. Into number 6, please.
After a home visit from a cardiology nurse, she's been sent to A&E for immediate tests.
Are you happy to take hand over?
Registrar Vicky will lead the case.
If you shuffle your bum back a little bit. Yeah, get your breath back.
That's it, hold on to my elbow. Push your feet into the bed, that's it. There
Oh,
we go.
perfect. That's better. Right, I'm going to get you changed into hospital gown if that's all right.
Thank you very much indeed.
OK.
Eileen, my name's Vicky. I'm one of the doctors.
Oh, pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Right, so this is Eileen. GP was out on Wednesday, took bloods, told her she needs to go to hospital. It's her daughter's birthday tomorrow, so she didn't want to go in. And the district nurse has been in today and found her very short of breath, 5 steps to the point where she can't speak in a sentence and then needs to rest. She is known to have AF, but it's normally controlled with beta blockers. Yeah, she's normally fully independent, lives alone, walks with a stick, no carers.
And looks like a character.
Yeah.
I won't go to the doctors. No, I've told them they come to me. Oh, no, I don't go to doctors anymore. They come to me. I'm 88. I've had too much to do with doctors ever since I was a youngster. Now, I can't do everything that I want to do. The mind says do it. When I go to do it, I haven't got the strength or the energy. So life gets slower.
You must be knackered. You've been struggling with this for the past week, have you?
But it's becoming a struggle. And as I'm on my own, I won't give in.
I know, I can tell you're stubborn. Anyone else would have just said, oh, OK, I'll go into hospital when the GP said so. But I can tell you're just so determined to keep out of hospital. I know.
And that's it. I was married 65 years. My husband was humorous, great sense of fun. We got married in the local church. Oh, yes, I'll show you the pictures. I had a big white wedding. I was marrying the person I loved. It was a happy day, yes, yes. He was a great dancer. I wasn't a dancer, but he taught me to dance. He could jitterbug as well. No, I couldn't do that. No, I hadn't got that rhythm. He loved life.
You're short of breath, are you?
I've got water retention, short of breath. My heart's going bomb, bomb, bomb.
Oh. It's going fast. Well, at least make you feel a little bit more comfortable, because it can't be comfortable having your heart rate going that high.
No, it's not.
Should we put you out to pasture?
No, You haven't got an easy patient. I like to know what's happening to my body, why are they doing that, why am I taking it? I question, because with what's happened with my daughter, I have no faith.
Can I have a listen to your heart and lungs?
You can, certainly. That's what I've come in for. My daughter's name is Sandra. She is now 67. When she was born, she was absolutely beautiful. And I thought, but babies aren't like this. They're usually wrinkled and red and yelling. She was absolutely perfect.
Do you mind if I take some quick blood tests?
The nurse, she looked at her and she looked at me and she just turned around and she said, this one's not of this world. Think about it. It's a very odd thing to say to a new mum. For years it worried me and I thought, what a funny thing to say to a new mum. But what did she say? What could she say? What? Over the years, that has come to haunt me, really has. Life was never, never going to be the same.
Melissa gets up at 4:45, so she takes an hour and 45 minutes to get ready.
No, I don't ever take that long. Usually ready by like 5:45, 6 o'clock. So I like to take my time, don't like rushing.
If anything, this has taught us a lesson. We need to make sure at all times that our toenails are painted. Because seriously, they are bad news.
My toenails are gels.
Yeah, but they're how old?
4 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did it show?
Lots of blood. Lots. Have we got any next of kin here?
I don't know. Let me check.
31-year-old Marie has had an emergency CT scan after collapsing at home and fitting on arrival.
Marie?
Initial scans have shown she has a significant bleed on her brain. Registrar Sophie is referring her to neurosurgery.
Hi, it's Sophie, one of the A&E registrars. I've just done an online referral. We've got a 31-year-old. Today, she had a sudden onset frontal headache with confusion. As we were pulling up here, she had this tonic episode with absence. Got a lot of intercerebral blood and interventricular blood.
Marie's partner, Cameron, and daughter, Maddie, have arrived at St George's.
Marie and I have a little daughter. She's 18 months old. Little bundle of joy, and it's probably the best thing that could have happened to Marie and I. After Maddie was born, her and Maddie were just one. You know, it was really nice to see the fact that we were now a family. It just changed the dynamics of who we were and who we were going to be. Whilst we were at the hospital, Maddie started taking her first steps. It was the first day that she learnt really how to walk. It's quite upsetting that Marie was unable to experience that. She missed that moment.
Can we go and speak to bed 8's partner? Hi.
Hello.
My name's Sophie, I'm one of the doctors. Marie has unfortunately appeared to have had a big bleed within her brain. It is quite extensive. It's not in a region at the moment that there's a lot that they can do to either stop it or to kind of take away that blood. We don't, at this stage, know exactly why that's occurred. She will need some further tests for that.
What's this really mean? Are we looking positive on the outside, or is this quite?
At the moment, it's a really serious bleed.
Okay. Can you give me a couple of minutes?
That's absolutely fine.
Can I just make a phone call now?
Of course you can, yeah.
I'll come back. Don't have kids here.
She's not. She's younger than me.
She's got a little one. She's so lovely. Really emotional. This.
She's so young. Having such a significant bleed at such a young age is quite rare. It's not something I've seen that often. When someone comes in with such a serious issue and is the same age as you, it makes you think, actually, that could be me on that bed. There's definitely an element of it feeling a bit close to home. And suddenly it all becomes a bit more real.
I was seeing myself in this place. Look.
Yeah, well, I could see Marco, like my Marco, in that place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Well, go for a coffee.
Yeah.
Go.
I've been married for just over 3 years. I wouldn't be where I was today without my husband, Marco. He's been my absolute rock. If my husband and I had children and he had to raise them on his own, if anything ever happened to me, it would just be so difficult to comprehend. It's not something I'd like to have to imagine.
Hey, Murray. It's all right. You're in the hospital, okay? We're looking after you, okay?
Hello, Pete Daney. I've got a 10-month-old baby girl who was actually born at 24 weeks.
Erin is being referred to ENT to have the excessive wax in her ears drawn out.
That would be good, isn't it, if we can get this sorted, eh?
She's had about 3 days of bilaterally discharging ears. It's kind of like yellowy greeny. Okay, thank you then. Yeah, perfect.
It was a long 3.5, 4 months. I would go in the morning before work. Fran would spend the day there. I'd travel back from work to the hospital. We'd have some dinner together, back to the hospital and go to bed. And just repeat every single day. There were so many things that Erin had to go through. Brain scans, organ scans. But every hurdle she got to, she jumped it. The doctors were even impressed. She shouldn't be doing this well. This is not where she should be, given, you know, the statistics.
Oh. Okay. We'll just wait here just so we can get the right dose of antibiotics.
Just be good for a minute while it goes, and then we'll get you up again.
7 kilos.
Slowly, we got to feed her. You know, she wasn't on a tube anymore. She could start having a bottle and so on and so forth. And then the nurses said, you can go. Taking her home, strapped to oxygen, and it takes 2 of us to carry all of her equipment, and her seat was the best day ever. It was the best day ever. I think she came home and we just sat and stared. Didn't move, both of us.
Right, OK. So I spoke to ENT and give her some antibiotics to take orally and also some eardrops. Okay. And she should be able to come back and have some of all that sucked out, so then the eardrops will start to work from the outside, cool. OK?
That's lovely.
We'll get the medication done and then you can go.
Lovely, thank
all right,
you very much.
Okay.
Hey, Daddy's got you, huh?
Adults don't survive what she's been through. And I'm sure she knows what she had to go through to be here. I'm sure somewhere inside her knows she fought hell and high water to get here.
OK, hope all goes well with baby number 2 as well, all right?
Thank you.
She's our own little miracle. Yeah.
Hello. Is this Eileen?
Eileen.
My name is Marta. I'm one of the nurses. I've heard your heart rate is going a bit on the high side, isn't it? A bit fast.
Yes.
So I'm going to give
I
you
think
some...
that's the understatement.
Yeah.
Yes.
Eileen is in A&E, suffering from an abnormal heart rate.
I'm just going to give you some medications through your cannula that's going to help your heart to beat on a normal rhythm. Okay? Is it the first time you're in hospital because of this? You've been here before, right?
I was here sort of 3 weeks ago.
Oh, did you? Same problem?
Same problems. I've always had hospitals in my life. Sort of, I just think sort of generally I wasn't what you call the tough girl. But after my daughter was born, how did life change? Oh, God. They wanted to send me in on Thursday, and I just kept saying, no, I can't go in until Monday, because it's my daughter's birthday on Sunday. She was only 3. When one day she was very grizzly, and when we looked, her hands were all swollen, just all puffed up, and her eyes started puffing up. So we called the doctor. The doctor said, we think she's got kidney problem. He just turned round, he said, at this moment, she's only got a 30% chance of survival. She is seriously ill. It's her day, as she always tells us. It's my birthday. You're coming to see me tomorrow, bringing me my presents. And I said, well, no, I won't be. Oh, that was it. So I'm rather upset at the moment. For 18 months, they gave her all sorts of treatments. Nothing did anything. So they decided to try the miracle drug that was being flaunted around. She'd been on this drug for about a week, and I got a phone call from them saying, would it be possible for us to come up to the hospital? Sandra wasn't well. Now, I've had enough to do with hospitals to know when that's said, things aren't good.
Your potassium level is a bit low.
I think everything's low.
Except the heart rate.
Except the heart rate, yeah. When we got to the hospital, Sandra's unconscious. She was unconscious for 18 hours. In that time, damage done. When she finally woke up, she was doing the most bizarre things. Gabbled, didn't talk properly, didn't know anybody. Well, her whole personality changed. She became an epileptic. She was having 14, 15, 16 fits a day, challenging behaviour, autistic.
Okay, darling. Let me just check your blood pressure again.
The drug that they had given her was cortisone. It was new, and they were giving it to a 3-year-old. This was medical science in those days, 50 plus years ago. Disaster. That little girl that was so nice, so polite, crashed. So now we're having magnesia and potassium. Is that right?
Yes.
Together? She became a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. Oh, God. She'd kick, she'd bite, she'd pinch, you name it. I used to be black and blue. There was no stopping her. And that went on for 40 years. I even had a social worker say, put her away and forget her. And I said, I can't do that. Can't do it. Thank you.
The bandage looks like a condom.
Janet, how could you possibly know that?
How could you possibly? How could she?
Bless you.
How are you doing?
Well, I'm still here, if that's anything.
Doctors have found fluid on Eileen's lungs and will now make plans to remove it so it doesn't put further strain on her heart.
So, Eileen, I might make a suggestion. Now, don't take offence.
Come on,
that you see one of the geriatricians.
Who?
Elderly care medicine people.
Yeah.
Because they're very good at taking all these little nuggets of things that are wrong and putting it into one package.
Right, that's
And
the
I
fit.
just wonder whether you just need someone to go, right, we're going to put it all together, this is what we're going to do.
Sort it through.
Yeah.
But don't put me in a geriatric ward.
No, wow, no.
No. I should walk out. With what's happened with my daughter, I have had a lot of hardships that I've had to fight through and fight authority.
I'm going to say maybe you need a review by one of the OPAL consultants.
They sort out the medication, fair enough, you know, because I know I'm on a mishmash of it. And when you mention it to the doctors, oh, well, we need to keep you on it. God, here we go again. People would always say, can't you keep that child quiet? Can't you keep her under control? Life would get where you'd get to that point.
Did you have moments where you would break down and cry?
Oh, yes. That would be my release, yes. I simply had to. But never once would I call that doctor in to come and see to her. Oh, no.
Eileen's had some bad experiences, haven't you, with doctors? Hopefully we're instilling your faith.
Things have changed so much. You had to take into account she didn't understand in the sense of what was going on and what had happened to her. It wasn't her and her personality, it was this other one that had taken over. You know, and we had to combat that and fight it and get the best for her. And that is all I've done, even today.
Well, your heart rate's coming down anyway.
It'll go up again, don't worry.
Yeah,
I know what
as
it's
soon as I've said that, it's gone up.
Can't win.
That's why you're such a rogue, difficult to treat.
What does Sandra mean to you?
She means the world. She means the world to me. And she did to my husband. Oh, yes.
Where are we going?
Richmond, please.
Are you all right?
Am I all right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here if I was all right, would I?
Well, I'm here.
You're here and you're all right.
Yeah,
well, that's nice to know.
It's a bit questionable if I am not.
Right, now behave, because I've got a stick to watch it. I just feel through the years, life has I suppose in one way it has dealt me a bad blow, but in another it has taught me an awful lot, and I wouldn't have been without it. Right, thank you for your help.
On a blanket?
I'm coming with
You're
you, my
coming
love.
with me, are you? All right. Can't lose her. Why, we're going through the corridors.
Take care, Eileen. I hope you get home soon.
I hope so too, and thanks for your help.
Oh, no problem. You
Lovely
take
to know
care.
you.
It's been a pleasure.
The door's always open.
Yes, yes, well, I will then. I will say yes, I'll have a blanket.
Eileen will be transferred to the ward for further medical treatment.
No, it's fine. Hello, resus.
Earlier today, Marie arrived at St George's after collapsing at home. An initial scan showed a significant bleed on her brain.
Thanks, bye.
Neurosurgeons have requested a more detailed scan to look at the blood vessels in her brain to work out the exact cause of the bleed.
Marie, we're just taking you for a scan now, and then we're going to go up to the intensive care unit, all right? Your partner's here. He's just feeding your baby, okay? He will come up later, but we've just got to do these few things first. Is that all right?
I think with situations like this, the harsh reality of death is probably more prevalent. How does that happen? Why does that happen? You never think about it. Why would you think about it? That's usually something that, got 30, 40 years to go.
We need to scan your head again. Ready, steady, slide.
Sorry, well done.
Marie's the world to me. I think I'd be very lost without her. At times like this, you tend to look towards family since coming over from Australia and not having any family close by. It was quite isolating because I felt quite alone. I didn't feel like I had the family to turn to. The thought I was going to have to raise Maddie without a mother, I was scared.
We've seen far worse things that I've been fine about. It's really, I always find that it's the things I least expect that completely cut me up.
Yeah.
The results of the second scan will be sent to neurosurgeons, who will keep Marie under constant medical observation and decide how to treat the bleed on her brain.
Should we go?
Well done, Marie. Let's go and slide. Ready, steady, and slide.
That's it?
That's all right.
She covered, yes.
I have seen patients make good recoveries, but I've also seen patients with quite devastating injuries who ended up not being able to lead the normal life. There's so much that I want to do with my life. And if I knew that that was all going to be taken away from me, honestly, I don't know if I could deal with it.
She had 2 birthday cakes. She'd had a wonderful time anyway, so all my worries need never have been. Yes. Now she's looking forward to Christmas.
Then I went in and saw her, and she said to me that if she was to die, that I should just move on with my life and look after Maddie. It was heartbreaking to hear that. Marie was in hospital for 2 weeks. Every day, I thought that was it.
I remember to wake up. I couldn't remember any words relating to animals, part of a house, part of a body, food. It was very disturbing. It's good to be here today, to be with Maddie. Now I can be a mother again.
Hi, Mum. Yeah, I kind of got hit by a car a little bit. Ellis and Jones Reeses.
Adult male trauma code, ETA 15 minutes.
50-year-old male. Crush injuries to lower limbs.
Crush injuries do have the potential to be life-changing.
It did flash through my mind, am I going to lose him?
Phone now always means district nurse or oncologist. And you think, is this it? Yeah, is this it?